Hello everybody, welcome to Technique Tuesday. Today we're going to be making a pinwheel card, and we recently did two. This is a bookbinding one, and this was the standard pinwheel front, which is made up of 8 little squares, but they just sit there. Very nice, but they don't do much. This one is an interactive pinwheel, and that when you pull it, you open it, and there is your little message hidden inside. So I think that's rather fun. It's a bit of a challenge getting it back together, cannot lie, but there we go. Quick and easy. So let me show you how we did it. So it just needs a quarter sheet of cardstock, and we're using crushed curry. Then we need a 1/4 inch layered down, so it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So the very vanilla is 4 by 5 1/4. We need another piece of very vanilla, which is 2 3/4 square, and a square of Lost Lagoon, which is 3 1/4 square, because when we've cut the 6 by 6 designer series paper down, it ends up being 3 inches. So 3 1/4 bigger for the underlayer, well, 3 1/4 inches, so it's a 1/4 inch bigger and a 1/4 inch smaller for the layer that goes inside. So let's get started and get it made. So I'm going to be using a piece of Inked Botanicals, and it's the 6 by 6, and you put it at 1 1/2 on the cutting board, and we score it at 1 1/2. Turn it 90 degrees, 1 1/2, and score it 90 degrees. Line it up to 1 1/2 and score it, and then last but not least, line it up at 1 1/2 and score it. And that's as complicated as it gets. So what we need to do next is we need to cut out the corner using the score lines as a guide. So I'm just going to quickly snip those out. Sometimes, you know, there's a hair's breadth of difference. Depends where it falls in the cutting trough. So once we've got the corners cut out, we can fold them over and go back and make sure there's no little hair breadths that we need to cut off. So we'll just quickly cut those out. And I'm sure there's a card in the making with these little squares that are now spare. So there we go, and 4 little squares extra, and then you can decide which side you want to be the back, and which side you want to be the inside. I actually want the crushed curry yellow to be the inside because I think it picks up the body of the main card. So we're going to fold these inward this way, and we just need to be sure as we go along that we haven't got any bits of the edge. I think this one is just one of those that needs that little microscopic bit cutting off, but it can make a difference. So they fit nicely. This one's just got a little edge on it, so there we go. And now, in order to make the pinwheels, we need to fold these backwards. So we need to turn it to what I would call the other side, and then we're going to fold the edge just in half. So it's going to go down the score line like this, and just be on the edge. If you change your mind and you want it to go the other way, you just have to flip the fold. We're just making these all 4 corners. Just want to be able to see where the score line of this one is a little bit better. So there we go, we're folding to the halfway mark. So we'll give them all a nice sharp crease with the bone folder. And then when we fold them in, they all stick out nicely, and the last one just needs to get tucked in. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll do the stamping. because we need to pop that on the inside. So I'm going to use the crushed curry ink, and I'm going to be using the Colour and Contour. It looks like a two-step stamp. I'm not actually sure one's supposed to fit exactly on top of the other. I've tried a few times and never got it to work, but it gives that impression. So we'll stamp the first part on, and then the other greeting I was going to use, the other stamp set I'm using is the Sentimental Park. And this is the stamp set that I had done for my ABC ladies, the Alyson's beginner card making. And one of the things I'd recommended when it was where do I even start stamping was to buy a set of spots. So I'm just going to show you how the little spots are just as good as a full-size ink pad, and do that with a Calypso coral. So that just needs to go over the top, and it just gives the impression that it's a two-step stamp. And then we can peel that off and pop it away. And then we just need the happy birthday out of the Sentimental Park. And I'm going to use the Lost Lagoon, which is one of the cardstock colours that we're using. Oops, that's upside down. So we'll stamp happy birthday on there. And then on the front, we're going to put let's celebrate you. So I'm just going to line them up sort of eyeballed to begin with. And then we'll do the let's celebrate, whoops. Uh-oh. Good job, that's a matching colour. So we'll do let's celebrate in the Lost Lagoon, and then we'll bring back in the crushed curry and we'll put you. Let's celebrate you because you're fabulous. So what we need to do now is some assembling. So I'll close all the ink pads because I did go ahead and get a little bit of ink on there. Luckily, it's the colour that matches the flower, so it doesn't really show too badly. I'm always saying in my videos, I must close this so I don't stick my elbow in. And now you know why, because it's true. So we just need to get some adhesive and pop the greeting into the middle of the pinwheel. And then we need to stick the very vanilla layer onto the crushed curry. Quick and easy with a nice even border around. Then we just need to stick the Lost Lagoon square onto the card. And then we can close the card down. Oops. And then we need to remember where the bottom is. And then the last corner just tucks in like that. And we know that's the right way up. So we're going to fold it over and just attach this to the card so it's got the same layer all around. And that's it, quick and easy. But the nice thing is it's interactive, and when you pull it open, it's like almost like a little hidden message on the inside. And because we made sure that all of the pieces were flat and even, they just tuck in nicely, and there you have it. So if you like what you've seen, please consider subscribing. If you liked what you've seen, please like it. If you've got any questions, please feel free to email me or put them in the comment box below. Right now all of the designer series paper are on sale. So if you want to make some cards using designer series paper, now would be a great time to invest in some. If you go to my website, you can go and have yourself a shopping spree. That would be fun. Last but not least, thanks so much for watching.